Had to have it. Had to have it. Mariners win 6-2. They improved to 85 and 72 on the season. They even the series with the Astros, and they're just a half game back for that final wild card spot. As we always do, let's go over those scoring plays. Mariners get 2 in the third. One comes on an air by Jose Altuve trying to throw out Mike Ford at third. And then Julio hits a sacrifice fly that scores Ty France, 2-0 Mariners. Fifth inning, the Mariners get 3. Cal Raleigh singles in a run, actually 2 runs, and then gets some help by an air by Kyle Tucker. Raleigh gets to third base on it, 4-0, and Teoscar singles home big dumper, 5-0. Astros finally get on the board in the 7th on a sacrifice fly by John Singleton with the bases loaded. But the Mariners get a run right back because Ty France hits a home run. It's been a while since we have said that. 6-1. Astros do get one in the 9th on a Jose Altuve little blumper into right center that scores Gray Kessinger, but that's it. Mariners get a massive victory. Before we get into a couple of negatives and a whole bunch of positives, let's thank the good people of Simply Seattle. Simply Seattle simply has the very best in Mariner gear and every other Seattle team you could be looking for as well. Kraken, Sonics, Huskies, Sounders, Storm, all sorts of great stuff. Hats, jerseys, hoodies, anything you could possibly be looking for. You can find it at Simply Seattle. So you find all that good stuff and you think all the good parts are done. Heck no. Use code MOLLYWOP15 to save 15% on your order. That's MOLLYWHOP15. Use that code. Automatically takes 15% off your order, assuming something isn't already on sale for more. But it's an awesome code. It's an awesome thing that Simply Seattle provides. And we thank them so very much for sponsoring the show. They don't even mind the fact that I can't say the word sponsoring our show. They're that good. All right, I lied. Before we get into the positives and the negatives, I owe everyone here a huge thank you. It's been a tough couple days. Real tough. And it's almost been overwhelming how much support you guys have shown. I mean, I'm still really sad. And I'm always going to be sad, I think. There's always going to be a part of me that's at least a little bit heartbroken that I lost my mom. But you guys have made this process easier, knowing that I have so much support from this community. And I'm calling it a community. We have built a community, folks. It just means so much. And not just to me. It means so much to my stepdad and I shouldn't call him my stepdad. It's my dad. It means so much to my sister. It means so much to my grandma. It's been so great to see your guys' support and to understand why we're not going live on these things right now, because there's too much right now. I'm going to do my very best to get back to the new normal. I think you guys have heard that phrase before, right? The new normal over the weekend. But for now, I really appreciate the support. It means a lot. And I truly mean this. I love you. I love you very, very much. All right, let's go from that into some negatives. The only real negatives I can think of offensively here, the pinch hitters for Mike Ford after he left the game were pretty bad. Moore took a really bad at bat. Canzone took a really bad at bat. Some questionable strikes on Canzone in that final one, but was not their shining moment there. That's the only real negatives I can think of offensively, because everybody here gets on. Everybody here takes at least one really nice at bat. There were some bad ones in between too, but I thought the offense did a really nice job. Negatives, there are a couple in the pitching. Justin Topa really struggled. Gave up a couple of hits a batter, just too much run on that pitch. That's one of the things that's, is a risk with Topa, is the fact that because he does have so much movement on that heater, if you're looking to backdoor that thing inside, there is a chance it's going to hit him. But then gives up a couple of more hits. Not his best work whatsoever. A positive out of it is, since he threw only 8 pitches, should be available tomorrow. And I think you're still counting on Justin Topa in those 6th, 7th, 8th inning situations. And then Andre Munoz wasn't very good either. Gives up 3 base runners. Not a ton of hard contact, one hit that was pretty hard. Jeremy Pena had a really nice day today. But the command wasn't good, and he didn't miss bats. Got ahead in the accounts, but then those pitches after were pretty bad. They need Munoz to be much better than this. Fortunately, they built up a big enough lead that it didn't matter. But just calls them like I sees them. These were not Topa and Munoz at their best. However, and we can get into the positives now with the pitching. The other two guys who pitched today, good. George Kirby was great tonight. Gives up 5 hits, gives up 1 walk. But I thought his stuff in command was outstanding. Just a really strong effort from Kirby that you had to have. After Luis Castillo pitched one of the more disappointing, probably the most disappointing effort of his short Seattle Mariner career, they needed Kirby to respond. And Kirby did that and then some. I thought he was terrific tonight. Made some huge key pitches. The first inning, I got to be honest with you, I was thinking, hey, this ain't going very well. But a nice play by Eugenio Suarez to nail down that runner and then to get out of that thing scoreless. And from that point on, he was outstanding. You take away that first inning, it's one of his best starts. And it's amazing that normally when we're saying, if you take away this inning, if you take away that inning, you're talking about like 2 or 3. He held them scoreless in that inning. But he was superb from the first inning on. And I actually like that they pulled him after 6. And you guys can make all your jokes about the 7th inning with George Kirby that you want. I don't care. I think what's nice here is this sets up George Kirby to work on short rest. If you need to. Now, so today's Tuesday. I think he's scheduled to pitch Saturday? No, it'd be Sunday, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it'd be Sunday. Might be able to pitch him Saturday if you absolutely need to. Now, maybe you want to save him for Sunday. Maybe you want to leave him for that final game. But it at least gives you some options, right? It at least gives you the opportunity to play with some stuff because he only threw those 84 pitches. Really good stuff. And then Matt Brash was fantastic too. Gives up a double. Actually, probably could have been a single if Teoscar doesn't make a not so great effort on that ball, if we're being honest. However, it's hard to be too mad because Teoscar did make a terrific play. The one time I thought that Kirby was for sure going to give up a run after the first inning was on that play, but Teoscar runs that down and makes a fantastic catch. But it is worth pointing out that you still have adventures with Teoscar. You still have some adventures in the outfield for sure. But outside of that, Brash was ridiculous. 2 scoreless innings, gets the 2 huge strikeouts. I don't think that backdoor slider to Altuve was intended to be a backdoor slider. It's possible it was, and that Raleigh was setting up outside as a misdirect, some trickeration. Either way, it was a filthy pitch. You see the depth that he can get on that slider on top of the whirly-dirly tilt. He's so talented. He's so good. He's been unfairly harangued, I think, by some folks. And maybe it's just because the expectations are so dang high. But I've been nothing but impressed with Matt Brash for the overwhelming majority of the season. Some steps to make with command, no question about it. And I have some questions about whether or not he will ever take those necessary steps to be like one of the very, very best relievers in baseball. But this version, pretty freaking good, guys. Pretty darn good. Offensively, helps if you have the right team up. Great game from Cal Raleigh. And another terrific throw. It is amazing that Cal Raleigh is now leading all of baseball in caught stealing. And look, I saw some people on Twitter talking about how Raleigh's been so much better throwing lately. I think it's just been a case of the fact that the Mariners have been a much better team at holding runners lately. The throws have been there for Raleigh for most of the year. A couple of bad throws, no question about it. He's got more errors than you would like to see. But it's most of those stolen bases are not on him. They're on the pitchers. They are on the pitchers without any doubt in my mind, really. Makes that huge throw to get out Pena and has another 3 reach game. Huge. Ty France, awesome to see. Starting to swing the bat a lot better lately. Keep him near the bottom of the lineup. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely where he should be. Everything he gives you offensively now is an added bonus. So keep him near the bottom of the lineup. Josh Rojas only has the 1 hit, but he has some awesome at-bats. Awesome at-bats. It steals that base. That ends up being big. Really nice job by him. Julio doesn't have any hits, and he does have 1 strikeout on a pitch that was, well over his head. But I thought he played an awesome game. That walk was unbelievably important. So big. So big that he didn't chase those pitches. And he has a couple of really nice other at-bats too. Just misses, it doesn't go near the warning track or anything like that, but plenty deep, and it needs to be plenty deep to score a runner like Ty France. We've talked about it a lot. Without getting a hit, I think you saw what Julio Rodriguez, how he can make an impact. Some really nice at-bats tonight. Needed to see it. Teoscar with that huge single. Every run ended up mattering in this one. JP Crawford, he struck out 3 times, but he draws a big walk too. I was happy with the offensive effort tonight. Now, it's worth pointing out that Christian Javier has not been good for most of the season. Got to get comfortable. Sorry, guys. But I thought the game plan tonight was good. A few too many strikeouts, sure. But I thought for the most part that there were some really strong at-bats. I've said really way too many times tonight, but I liked what I saw tonight. It was a nice, complete game, even with, Munoz struggling in the 9th. A nice, complete game that reminds you that they're still in this. And, oh, are they ever still in this? Oh, my goodness gracious, are they in this? So, Wednesday, biggest regular season game for the Seattle Mariners in a long time. I would argue in 28 years. And it's Bryce Miller against Framber Valdez. I just don't know. Framber Valdez is really good. Bryce Miller has pitched well against Houston this year, but really stunk in that last outing. But was really good against the Dodgers the start before that. They need him to be good. They really need him to be good. I'm going to say really one more time. Technically twice, because I just said. I just don't think you can overstate how massive this game is. I will say this. Because they won, and this is just my humble estimation, and this is maybe just me being Mr. Brightside. Because you won today, it makes, if they do lose Wednesday, less, and this is probably obvious too, less of a big deal. Because yes, you'd fall back a game and a half, but at least you put yourself in position where if you take 3 of 4 against Texas, and the Diamondbacks are playing the Astros right after that, and they're fighting for their playoff lives too, you at least put yourself in that position. And having said that, a win tomorrow is just, I don't think you could overstate how big that's going to be. To go up a half a game, to know that if you get the win on Thursday, you go up a game, and you have that tiebreaker against Houston. Huge. Simply huge. They needed this one. I honestly don't even know what we're talking about if they don't win this game. Well, I do. Talking about needing miracles. By the way, Texas does lose. So, you're still 3 games back in that one. But you have put yourself in position, if you can remain 3 games back, that a sweep at home, certainly not unheard of, a sweep at home gives you the division. It's not crazy. It's hard. It'd be like it's not kind of like it. It literally is. It's like being down 0-3 in a best of 7. Only all 4 of your games are at home. They've put themselves into position where they still control their own destiny. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting like and subscribe if you haven't, I'd really appreciate it. Check out all the stuff that you'll see in my link. And again, thank you guys. It's been such a hard few days, but this Mariner win helps. I'm not going to lie to you. And your nice comments and your optimism and yeah, it's helped a lot. Let's go. Let's win one more. Let's take control of this division or wild card spot, and then let's take control of the division. Anything is